Welcome. Thank you for participating in the polls this month of November 2020. And based off your feedback, I really wanted to focus on one thing in particular, which is non-judgment. But really, let's be honest, if we're talking about non-judgment, we're totally talking about judgment. Right? There's no way to understand non-judgment without really looking into judgment. And from the feedback, I really got that most people are having trouble with judging themselves versus it's really not an issue about not being judgmental to other people. Most of you guys are totally fine with that. So that's already very interesting, right? It's telling me that the issue is about disconnection from self. So hear me out. What does that mean? The moment you find that you're judging yourself, you've disconnected from everybody else. And you've probably disconnected from your body. A lot of disconnection. There's an over focus, one could say, on oneself. I didn't measure up. I'm not good enough. The isolation, the shame, the punitive feelings that come forth after feeling that you're judging yourself. So there's a lot that's being held in the body, past wounding, old trauma, old beliefs, maybe that you've had since you were a kid or you were unconscious about. But the moment that that negative self-talk and the associated feelings with that happens in the body, it's a moment where you're not actually with your soul. And that's what I mean with when I say disconnection. So your soul is how we heal. It's how we come back into our bodies, and we do it via our breath, which is what's uniting our mind, our body, and our spirit. It's bringing it all together. And so, a couple things. Notice what tends to trigger the judgment, because that's really the opportunity for the self-growth and for the healing. And the more you're attuned to just looking for it, but becoming conscious of when it happens, the ability to notice it is important, because what we want to try to do is narrow the gap between judgmental thought and then corresponding judgmental thought and the corresponding judgment feeling, which is going to, again, range from all of the things I spoke about before, but it might dredge up some unpleasantness in the body. So that is the place that we want to go more quickly in with spirit, with love, with acceptance, with connection again. Because I guarantee you, all of us have that. All of us judge ourselves. All of us experience isolation and disconnection, but none of it is real. The truth, the big truth with the capital T, truth is we're all one. Okay, we're all one. We're all part of a spiritual family of love, acceptance, goodness. And when we can feel that inside our body, there's no place for judgment. How could one even judge oneself when one feels that kind of connectivity? We get to that place through this practice, through breathing, through opening ourselves, opening through the heart space. So when we take this into our actual meditation practice, become curious, where does it live in your body? When you start to judge yourself, if you have the opportunity, sometimes we just have to kind of keep doing life and we can't stop to meditate. But later that day, the next day, ask yourself, where is this in my body? See where you hold. I invite you right now to just close the eyes for a moment. Take a breath in and out. And if any judgments are coming up for you, maybe expectations of yourself, all the things you've got to get done on your to-do list, if you feel you're measuring up or not, all of that, I just invite you to see, where is it? And that's the space in the body that you breathe into with that loving feeling, with that wholeness feeling, the connection feeling. Then we start to change how we show up in our bodies. We start to change how our brains fire and wire, so that the next time and the time after that and the time after that a judgment trigger comes up, we actually from go start to respond differently. That's neuroplasticity. That is the default mode network. Our default setting changes. That is incredible. What neuroscience is showing us from this experience is, I'm really speechless with it. I have to be honest, and I look at this stuff all the time, but it still blows my mind that we're changing our brains really, truly, and how we respond to life's events. So non-judgment, major, so important, because when you're able to do this within yourself, guess what? Of course, that makes it so much easier to be with others in this way. And we're also inviting others to be more non-judgmental too. Just from you doing this, you invite others to do this. That's an amazing gift. So being as though it's November, it's Thanksgiving, I want to tell you that I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you. I know everyone said the holidays are different this year. They're different for me too. So I hope that it's beautiful and meaningful. I think that's the task that we have, to try to show up with the moment as it is this year. We're not trying to, again, we're not judging it. This year will be different, just like this whole year has been different. You've had your amazing moments here this year, even despite everything that's happened. So that's our charge this year, is not to judge it. All of a sudden it's more inviting, isn't it? I'm already more in it because I'm not judging it. It's just what it is. It's me this year with the people or the one person around me, or whatever. If I get to show up fully like that, if I go in with all of my interconnectivity open, full, embracing, that's what that moment becomes. That's what Thanksgiving becomes. If I come in judging it just even a little bit or a little bit whatever, I might create more of that. Now, as I say all that, you've got to process your true feelings. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to grieve what was. Holidays by themselves bring up a lot anyway for people. I'm not saying don't feel that and don't be with that. But when we decide we're showing up and we've done our inner work, we really want to try to get back to that place of wholeness. And that's really where we can shine and show others, and bring others into that, because you're now a light bigger than maybe 2 seconds ago. I am a light that's shining brighter than I was a second ago too. We're all growing and we're all opening. And when we get to do that with others, no matter the situation, we have the power to transform and show up each moment like that. So I hope it's an amazing Thanksgiving month and the rest of the month for you. I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.